Yo, yo, I'm here wearing pink because I just Barbied it the fuck up. I just went and saw the Barbie movie. I just came back from it. And I fucking love this movie. And I'm making this video because I'm wondering how in the hell has this movie caused such a hubbub? How the fuck have there been like these political debates or something about this fucking movie? Do I see another movie? Are people so fucking uptight that they don't know how to go to the movies anymore and enjoy a very fucking entertaining movie? What? I saw this movie. I just got back from this movie. I saw this movie with my mom. My mom is 73 years old, and I didn't know really what to expect from this movie. The only things I was thinking is like, it's probably going to be fun. It looked fun from the trailers. It's probably going to be very bright and poppy, and I was figuring that there would be, there'd be like some fucking girl power shit going on in this movie. Hell yeah, girl power, why not? Fuck yeah. And, but I was afraid of the energy being a little too much, being a little too high in this movie for my mom. I thought it might turn my mom off. We watched this, and my mom loved it. By the time this movie was over, she could not believe what she had seen. And neither could I. This movie is so, once again, how? How is it this movie? How can you not enjoy life to such a degree? And I'm sorry if you're one of the people that hated this movie and thinks that this movie is anti-men. It's not anti-men. There's actually, if anything, if it's anti-men, there's just as many anti-women sentiments in the movie too, but there's pro-men stuff, there's pro-women stuff. Like, what the fuck? I feel like people just went and saw this movie and they were kind of like picking and choosing what they wanted to tune into and what they wanted to tune out of. There's a fucking line in this goddamn movie. You're gonna say that this is against men? How the hell is this movie against men? How? I don't. Give me examples. Give me examples of how this is against men. I feel like this has been misconstrued like so badly. It's insane. It's pro women, of course. It's fucking Barbie. It's a Barbie movie. But what's wrong with it being pro women? And it's not pro men. There are little things that hint at how shitty it can be for men in this world. I don't know. Like, okay, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But there's this big speech. About how difficult it is to be a woman, right? The mom character in the movie makes this huge speech. And she's just passionate, and she's like, bop, 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 bop. She's like, this is hard. Like, can't do this right. And it's like, everybody expects everything from you, but nobody says thank you. You don't get a fucking award for, being fucking like a fucking super woman or whatever. And when that speech ended, my mom was like, yeah, that hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. And just because there is a movie where there are women who are saying that it's hard to be a fucking woman in the world, Really, the movie is saying it's hard to be a fucking human being in this goddamn world. There's things about men too. What the fuck? Did you miss all the parts about Ken? Like Ken not having a good time and Ken not feeling worthy? What about that? What about that? That's like, it's very sympathetic towards men. What? But it's not anti-men to say that it's hard to be a woman. It's just saying that it's hard to be a woman. This movie is just trying to be pro-people. It's so fun. This movie is so fun. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw Oppenheimer maybe about a month ago or something. And it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. But like my reaction to that movie, because I watch a lot of movies. I see a lot of movies. And I see movies, first and foremost, as a form of entertainment. And Oppenheimer, for me, I'm not saying it's not a good movie, and I don't want to take anything away from you if you love Oppenheimer. I don't want to take anything away from you. I recognize why people love that movie so much. It just, for me, look, I don't feel like this makes me dumb or anything like that. I was just bored. It's just plain and simple as that. I was just bored with the movie. I got the movie. I understood the movie. There's this assumption that anybody who didn't like Oppenheimer, it's like, oh, bro, were you just expecting explosions? You just expecting fucking 3 hours of the fucking bomb going off? Is that what it was? The movie's called Oppenheimer. You didn't know it was about Oppenheimer? Fucking knew it was about Oppenheimer, all right? Motherfucker, all right? Nobody... I mean, maybe there are people that went into it thinking it was going to be action-packed. I don't know why you would think a movie about Oppenheimer is going to be fucking action-packed. I mean, I knew from the trailers, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be like a slow-ass movie. Like, this is going to be a slow, talky movie, which there's nothing wrong with that. Fucking 12 Angry Men is like that. And that movie is one of the best fucking movies of all time. I love 12 Angry Men. And it's just a bunch of guys in a room. And they're trying to figure out whether or not the fucking kid is guilty or innocent. But just Oppenheimer, for me, it was long and it was boring. And, you know, I understand that there's great things about it. I understand, actually, the last hour, I did like the last hour of Oppenheimer. I'm not going to lie. I did like the last hour. But let me just get to the point. Like, why am I bringing up Oppenheimer? Probably because the whole fucking Barbenheimer thing, where it's like people went and saw Barbie and Oppenheimer, which that's nuts. If you really did that, if you did that double feature, you should get a fucking medal, because that's like 5.5 hours or something. That's too long. That's too much. Now, this is coming from me, who I can watch movies all day, but that's a little too much for me. And I don't have a problem with long movies, by the way. Love Lawrence of Arabia. I love Gone with the Wind. My favorite movie is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's like 3.5 fucking hours long, I think. I think Once Upon a Time in America is like 4 hours long. But I love that movie. I could watch that movie anytime. There's a lot of great movies that are long as fuck. It wasn't the length, it's just the movie itself. Maybe one day I'll watch fucking Oppenheimer and I'll just love it or something. But I did not love it when I saw it. The point is that I saw Oppenheimer and I was so bored and I was so not entertained by a medium that's supposed to entertain me. If I'm not entertained and I have the right to my opinion, you know, that is how it legitimately hit me, then I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like the movie. It could be the smartest movie in the world. It could have the best dialogue in the world. It could have the best acting and stuff. But if the movie is boring, if it does not hit me, you know, That's a big thing. That's a big deal. And I can't help what bores me and what excites me. And like I said, I think that there's things that are good about the movie. The whole last hour I thought was really great. There's specifically one scene where Oppenheimer meets the fucking president, and that was like, yeah, that's what I want. I love that shit. That was like one of the best scenes in the movie. And the scene at the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but like, there's this thing throughout the movie where you're trying to figure out what Einstein told Oppenheimer, and when you find it out, I'm like, yeah, that's the shit. That's the shit I like. And I liked how it started getting experimental at the end, like with the walls shaking and stuff. But I'm not going to give anything away because I don't like spoiling movies. I'd make like a separate video for that. But that movie bored me so much that it bored me out of wanting to watch any mainstream movie for a while. I've been watching nothing but like B movies lately and Z-grade movies, like shot on shitio movies. Because Oppenheimer, I just perceived it to be so fucking boring. And it was so unenjoyable. I saw that with my dad. And my dad was bored. He was just like, wow, that was just so boring. I was like, it really was. It was. And it's not wrong to be bored by something. Like, you can like something, I cannot like something, and we can still exist in this world and still be great. We can be great together. Why not? But goddamn, if Oppenheimer was enough to get me, like, to just push me away from mainstream movies, Barbie was enough to bring me back. Barbie was enough to bring me back. This movie is so fun. It's so colorful. There's this whole musical number with Ryan Gosling, and it is phenomenal. Ryan Gosling is a good singer. What the fuck? I love the whole Matchbox 20 joke in the movie. Like, you know, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The mother's speech that I mentioned earlier. That was brilliant. That was so good. But there were things with Ken as well where, you know, Ken has been like this peripheral thing that he's gotten like no respect his entire existence, and he's finally experiencing it. And that's where it's like, how is this anti-men? This sympathizes with men. It sympathizes with both men and women. It's just people taking like something, like they're taking something very focused, and they're only focusing on that, and they're like, oh, yep, anti-man, or whatever. But it's like, it's the same thing with, maybe some dumb, fun action movie where somebody could perceive it as being like anti-women, and it's just like too masculine. It's just like hyper-masculine or something. It's like, no, maybe it's just a fucking action movie. Maybe you just don't know how to enjoy yourself at the movies. Maybe you need to get your priorities straight or something. Maybe you just need to like unwind a little bit. Like, you're too wound tight. I think that about people. After seeing this, I think I live in a dumb world. After seeing the Barbie movie, I think I live in a very dumb world where it's like, can people not enjoy going to the movies anymore? For some people, I'm sorry to tell you this, you are fucking jaded. And I'm not even like a political person. I'm not like feminist or man's rights activist or anything like that. I'm not any ism or anything like that. I'm a person, I'm an individual with a fucking individual thoughts and opinions. And my opinion is, this is a dumb world, and people take things too goddamn seriously. This was such a fun movie. So fun. This has got to be one of my favorite movies of this decade so far. I'm putting this up there with like Pearl. And I'll make like a video about this. This is like my first video. This movie was so good, it's making me make a video about it. I can't wait to talk about Pearl. I'm gonna make a whole video about that. But like Pearl is like up there. There's another A24 movie, a Sean Baker movie called Red Rocket. That's a good ass movie. That might be my favorite. I don't know. We've had a lot of good ones this decade so far. A lot of good ones. The Green Knight, A24 is fucking killing it. But we're not here. We're not talking about those movies. I just want to talk about Barbie. We're talking about Barbie, but I think I'm done. Just wanted to get it out there that this movie is great. This movie is so good. And it does have a lot to say about men and women. But it has even more to say about what it just means to be human. And actually it has a beautiful message of how special it is to just be a human being. With flaws and all. Like how it can be wonderful to just be a person. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. This video probably came off so fucking scatterbrained and so all over the place. But I felt so passionately about this movie. And I thought it was so fun. And maybe I'll make another video where I'm talking about this movie in detail. And it'll be more of like a spoiler-filled video. But this is just my raw reaction. I loved it. My mom loved it. I felt like a connection with my mom. Like it was a beautiful movie to watch with her. And I can tell that this movie meant something to her. It was very special to her. And in turn, I felt something special. And there was something that really spoke to her. And that was just so beautiful. There were parts of this movie, I'm not shitting you. I promise I'll end the video. There was parts of this movie, though, I'm not shitting you, like got me teary-eyed. Actually kind of made me want to cry. There were parts with Ken that made me want to cry, and there were parts with Barbie. And her, like, not knowing what she is in the world, and just, having a hard time dealing with emotions that she's never felt before. It was incredible. I'm trying to talk about this movie without giving anything away. The only thing I want to say, I just want to say before I end this, is Alan. Dude, Alan needs his own fucking movie. There needs to be a fucking revenge movie, and it's all about Alan. It's all about Alan, and he's like, fuck y'all motherfuckers, fuck you Kens, fuck you Barbies. This is Alan's world. We need Alan's world. We need a whole movie about Alan. Alan was my favorite thing in the whole movie. And I felt so bad for Alan. It's like he just gets shit on the whole movie. And it's like Alan is the secret hero, I feel, of the Barbie movie. I loved Alan. Please, can we have an Alan movie? Please, please, please. Greta, please make the Alan movie. All right, I'm done. Thank you for listening to an insane person speak very passionately about a movie that people have taken way too goddamn seriously. It's a fun movie. Just have fun. Relax. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.